Tonight on OTV News,
new businesses are expected to open in New Concord, including restaurants and retailers.
WMCO continued their weekend fundraiser, bringing animals to campus from the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
And students complete an obstacle course during WMCO Weekend. All that and more on this episode of OTV News. Hello everyone, I'm Jason Chalmaful.
And I'm John Webb. Thomas Hall residential and dining facilities have been evacuated for reported smoke this evening. As of 8 o'clock, there were 4 fire trucks and 1 squad vehicle on the scene. Students living in Thomas were sent to Memorial and Moore residence halls. Student life and officials on the scene are unavailable for comment at the time. More information will be posted on orbitmediaonline.com as it becomes available. Follow Orbit 907 News on Twitter to stay informed.
The 8th annual WMCO Weekend was a wild success for Orbit 90.7. The radio station raised $670 for local charities and 139 pounds in food donations. Events kicked off with Shave to Save It, in which students shaved their heads for cancer research. Friday was an animal-themed obstacle course. Students had the chance to participate in different challenges to win prizes.
Saturday drew the biggest crowd for Columbus Zoo and Aquarium's animal encounters. Anchovy the penguin was a crowd favorite among other animals, including a serval, kangaroo, and sloth. In total, WMCO has raised over $3,000 in the 8 years they have done WMCO Weekend.
An unnamed alley on High Street, located north of New Concord United Methodist Church, is in process of being vacated after the most recent owners died. No one has inherited the land. New Concord United Methodist Church wants to expand their property onto the vacated alley. The church has plans to add on a handicap-accessible restroom and to update their kitchen. The land bank will look into the alley property and work on transferring the alley's title to whoever is requesting it with a fee.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, you may have noticed the buckets surrounding some of the trees on campus. We'll have an explanation after the break. Also, we'll take a look at some new businesses that are expected to open up in New Concord. All that and more coming up next, only on OTV News.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
New businesses are expected to open in New Concord, pending the approval of a land annexation from Union Township into the village. 50 acres are to be annexed into the intersection of Interstate 70 and State Route 83. A hotel is already under construction at the site, with more businesses showing interest. A bistro-style restaurant has already committed with a national chain of restaurants and an outdoor sports retailer considering opening new locations in New Concord. Charlotte Cawley, New Concord Village Administrator, hopes to see larger corporations open office spaces in the area. Cawley says 25 local jobs will be created.
The university, our physical location between Zanesville and Cambridge is really good, but we'll have to put all the pieces together and see what works.
Cawley says 25 local jobs will be created from the hotel alone, with more expected from retailers and restaurants.
Parents Weekend is an annual event put on by Muskingum University to give parents and guardians of students a chance to come to campus and participate in multiple weekend activities with students. This year, Parents Weekend will fall on April 10th through the 12th. The weekend events will kick off with a Scholarship Day recognition on Friday afternoon to recognize students excelling in academics, as well as Dean's List students and those who are in the top 5% in each class. Later that night, Muskingum will hold its annual Parents Weekend Talent Show, a way for students to express their talents and compete for cash prizes. A legacy dinner will also be held during the weekend for parents of Muskingum University alumni. Parents Weekend is hosted by Omicron Delta Kappa.
Maple trees on campus have been undergoing a process to extract maple syrup. Multiple trees have recently been outfitted with buckets and spigots to collect this sweet resource. Tree tapping has started as a project by a group of Muskingum students almost 10 years ago, led by Coach Donna Newberry. This annual tradition encompasses more than just university students. It allows elementary school students from East Muskingum School District to learn about the process of making maple syrup from tree sap. Tapping tree sap only takes place during the time of the year when days are warm but the nights are cold. Tapping maple trees is a common tradition in North America and allows people to enjoy authentic, natural maple syrup as opposed to processed, store-bought syrup.
Up next, we have more information on a building fire and explosion in New York City and the outrage caused by children playing on a Vietnamese war memorial.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
An image of kids playing on a war memorial in Washington has people up in arms. An amateur photographer snapped these images of children atop the Vietnam Women's Memorial, which depicts women helping a wounded soldier. The photographer, Matt Munson, commended critical about the situation and noted that a crowd gathering to commend the parents. The image has since gone viral. The National Park Service, which oversees the memorial, hasn't commented, but the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund says visitors should treat these installations with respect.
An explosion and fire leveled part of a building in New York City's East Village. Some 250 firefighters were on the scene in Manhattan Thursday afternoon. At least a dozen people were injured. We know at least 3 people are critically hurt. There are reports that others may be trapped inside the apartment building, and some of the flamers have spread to the building next door. The fire started with a loud blast, which officials say appears to be a gas explosion. Inspectors from New York's gas utility were in the building about an hour before the blast and found gas work at the building, quote, unacceptable. Much of the building has collapsed.
Coming up, we have all your Muskie sports news, as well as a look at the Creative Writing Olympics and the upcoming Greek Week. So stay tuned to OTV News.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
We're back with your Muskie sports for this week. Taylor Mower has been named All-OAC Honorable Mention in women's basketball for the 2014 season. Mower finished the season averaging 10.7 points per game and led the OAC in three-point field goals made with 76 and three-point field goals made per game, averaging 3 per contest. Mower set a couple of career highs during the season when she put up 22 points against Heidelberg and made 7 three-point shots against Mount St. Joseph.
Muskingum University softball player Kelly Martin was named as the Ohio Athletic Conference Hitter of the Week. Martin hit .500 on the week with 11 RBIs and 2 home runs to lead the Muskies to a 3-1 record. The highlight of the week came against John Carroll when the Muskies put up a school record 37 runs. Martin led the way, going 3 for 5 and had 7 RBIs, including a grand slam.
Speaking of Martin, she and the softball team were back in action Tuesday, splitting a doubleheader against Denison. The Muskies were shut out for the first time all season in Game 1, falling 2-0. The ladies came back in Game 2, winning 4-1. Jess Matthews, Hannah Reese, and Martin were all able to get 2 hits in the contest to lead the Muskies. The team now stands at 9-9 on the season with a key OAC matchup at Heidelberg this Saturday.
The baseball team wasn't able to come up with a win on the road, falling to Rooster 16-4 Wednesday. Starting pitcher Chris Hertick gave up 5 homers to the Scots before being pulled after the second inning. AJ Kazmierzak led the way for the Muskies with 2 RBIs in the game. The Muskies fell to 6-10 with the loss and willed to look to the right ship on Saturday when they lost to Heidelberg for a doubleheader.
That baseball doubleheader against Heidelberg can be heard on WMCO with pregame before Game 1 starting at 12:30. Coming up, we'll take a look at the upcoming Greek Week on campus. That and more to come on OTV News.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
The annual tradition of Greek Week will be returning to Muskingum University's campus from April 12th to April 17th, lasting a total of 6 days, pitting various campus Greek organizations against one another in over 8 separate events, including contests based on physical and mental strengths, ranging from the first ever Sing Tastico, where students will lip sync to different songs, to the annual Glutton Bowl, where the objective is to eat various foods in the fastest amount of time. This year's theme is Monsters, Inc. University, based on the famous movie. All previous events will be the same, just with different names.
The Creative Writing Club hosted the Creative Writing Olympics on Saturday, March 21st. All students were able to attend this evening and win prizes after completing writing prize activities. Possible prizes include notebooks, pens, and other gifts. Not many people came out to this event, but everyone that did won a prize. Creative Writing Club is open to everyone at the regular club meetings. People are free to free write, take part in activities, and fun writing prompts. Creative Writing Club meets on Fridays in the Chess Center in room 302 at 3:30. That's all for OTV News tonight. We'll be back gone next week for Easter break, but be sure to tune in when we come back on April 2nd.
Be sure to pick up a copy of this week's Black and Magenta and tune in to 90.7 for great music and great shows. Have a great night, New Concord. Well, Jason, I think that all of the events on campus, especially with Greek Week coming up, might be a lot of fun to check out.
I
We
think
should, you know, even if you're not Greek.
8 events, I think it's been a great time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. It'll be a lot of fun for people to watch.
And what about those trees? Oh, you know, that maple syrup from is pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it's very tasty as well.
On your pancakes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, I've never done that. That might be something fun to check out. I know that a lot of people have done that before and said that it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And writing club. I enjoy writing so much. What about you?
Right. I wish I had more time that I could, write my own stuff a little bit more.
You have a personal diary or a journal or
Right,
something.
exactly.
Yeah.